Fellas, we're back.
Behind the Nut. Welcome, guys. The show where all the guests are celebrities and the points don't matter.
That's right. We had a bit of a break there.
Little break.
Maybe not.
A little breaky poo.
I know, I guess.
Little break.
Yeah,
A little bend, not a break.
Bevan.
Cade?
Jarvis.
Chris.
Who's this guy?
Sick. The man you never
Jarvis.
see.
Hey, Jarvis. Yeah.
Trust me, he's there. He's there.
Happy
Trust
New
me.
Year. We did
Happy
that
New
on the
Year.
last one, too.
We did, but Merry Christmas.
Happy V-Day.
Yeah.
Happy
That's Zach
Chinese New
K
Year.
on the last one.
Yeah,
How about that guy?
How do
Zachary.
we follow that?
How do you
honestly?
follow that?
How
That's
do
so
we
good.
follow that?
This one's going to suck, fellas.
Yeah,
If you got your hopes up last
But,
week. Sorry.
You know, we try our best.
Who's going to guest next that can play live? Who should we?
Devolver.
Devolver?
Yeah. Well, we could get Ed Sheeran.
We could probably get Ed.
Yeah.
I'm actually in touch with Ed's agent right now.
What do you mean by in touch? Like,
Yeah, it's a totally unrelated.
physical thing?
It's. I'm
completely
in court.
physical?
I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah,
but
okay. Well, you know.
if you know, you know. You got to know to know.
Yeah,
True. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Fair enough. Congrats.
Yes, episode 7. Let's get straight into it.
Get
Straight
cracking.
in.
Straight into it. Who am I wearing, you ask? Great question.
That is what I
Cade.
said. I think.
I'm wearing Alexisonfire.
Alexis on
That's a
fire?
cute dog.
It's a dog shirt.
Yeah, who's the dog? That's what I want.
That's Carl.
Carl's wearing the.
Carl's
He's got the logo on his
Carl's dope.
He knows
His,
what's up. Yeah,
his collar.
The heart skull logo.
What kind of pit bull is that?
I think it's a Rottweiler.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Rottweiler.
I'm pretty
pit
sure I
bull.
know a pit bull when I see a pit bull.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Clearly, with that much confidence. You know why I don't
Rare
like the
breed.
shirt?
Why don't you like?
Whoa.
When I didn't get to pick it. So, for one, and there was just not good options, I guess. To the point where...
Like somebody stood in the merch line for you and bought you a shirt?
fuck it,
which
I
is
don't care.
Hard to complain about,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you got
Yeah.
a shirt.
I did get a shirt. And it's Alexisonfire, which I love them.
Yeah. Well, if you could have it your way, it wouldn't be a dog, it'd be a cat probably, right? Just giving what
Yeah.
I know about you.
Yeah, we were talking about
exactly.
cats earlier, and Chris is a big cat.
Chris is a big
person,
cat
so-
person. If you have a cat that like needs a home, actually just
Well,
bring it to Chris's house.
Yeah,
drop it off.
we're putting Chris's address in the bottom description
it off,
there.
please.
I actually already put your address in the bio of the Behind the Nut Instagram
Yeah, perfect.
page.
Take all the cats to that place.
Yeah.
Because I will house all of them.
Are you allergic at all? Or
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Same.
am allergic, but I have lived with cats before, and it didn't bother me. So I don't know what's up with that.
Well, I'm
but-
pretty bothered by cats, honestly. My eyeballs like hurt. That's a puff.
Who, me? You want me to move?
Yeah, Bevan, get
In
closer
this
to
way?
me.
Because the camera's like
me?
could definitely looks like the camera could definitely move because
It's all good.
I can't. This is where my mic is. I
It's
can't.
Cade's fault.
It is. I can move. I can go. If this one's not working, guys, I can go.
Jarvis giving us the everything's perfect sign.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Still perfect. So, allergies.
Yeah.
What other allergies do you have? Nuts?
Bullshit.
Certain dogs. I don't know what's dirty dogs. I'll get like hives on my arms if I pet them and shit.
hands, yeah.
Get over here, you little cutie. Lactose intolerance. I guess it's an allergy.
Tolerate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't tolerate.
Tolerate it.
Well, it's not me. It's not the me. It's the body.
It's the me.
Yeah. Sure.
The gut biome.
Have you tried marble slab?
I have.
Whoa.
How did that work out?
I have pills, so
Okay.
I can enjoy it. But if I don't take the pills, ice cream especially,
See ya.
right off the rest of the day.
See ya.
Yeah, I like painful shitting.
Painful diarrhea.
Nice. I knew
Explosion of
I
the
knew a
butt.
person one time who ate marble slab and they annihilated their entire home. Like you had to open up the windows in the
Oof.
3 floors away.
Brutal.
Yeah, it was
That's crazy.
inhumane.
That's kind
Yeah,
sick.
I
And every
don't,
time they're not feeling good, I recommend marble slab.
I don't necessarily
Yeah.
get
Flush. Ice
gassy.
cream
It's
flush.
just like incredible pain, and then later, incredible shitting.
Nice. Are you like if you are a little bunged up, can you ice cream your way out of it?
Oh, Everything and more leaves my body.
You're like, that was an
too much.
organ.
Like that. That's yeah,
Somehow I'm in the negative.
That's
What the fuck?
How did I get here?
that's my small intestine first.
Are you just tolerant of everything?
Intestine.
I'm
whatever.
allergic to penicillin. I'm allergic to cats.
That's
and
a
like
tricky one.
most things with dander, honestly, like horses, dogs too. But I just like love them. So
Like penicillin.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
love penicillin. So I just ignore the fact
so
that
many-
no, I mean
What-
like cats and dogs.
what
I
is
just
a-
like love cuddling little
what's a-
dudes that I don't.
What's a
I'll suffer
penicillin
through it.
allergy do?
I get hives. I puke like
Okay,
like it's
so
like
like-
system rejection. Like
Right.
shut
Like,
down
nope,
everything
nope.
out, everything out.
So,
But I've only done it. I've only tried it once because my mom like took me to the emergency room. And they're like, "This kid needs penicillin," and then I got so much worse. And they're like,
Oh,
"Oh,
it's
like,
fuck,
nope, you don't.
he definitely doesn't need penicillin."
To create an emergency room.
Yeah, pretty much. And then and snow mold, but that's like asthmatic symptoms, so it doesn't even
Yeah,
count.
nice.
Yeah, it's kind of gay.
Yeah, the fluffy things on trees, like early summer, late spring. I
That
kind
shit
of
too.
I get red eyes and sneezing.
Is that
but
Boo.
I'm not a,
pollen? You pollen allergy boy?
no, not pollen, but just the fluffies for some reason. I don't know what.
That's
My
cool.
eyes are getting itchy just thinking about it.
Okay, back to Alexisonfire.
Yeah,
From St. Catharines, 2001 they started.
post punk, right?
I don't know what you call it. Hardcore, maybe? It was my first exposure to it, to screaming. They had, do you remember the Zemeda
Yeah,
jukeboxes?
I think they still have one at Fred's,
That's the
Yeah.
one I was going at.
right?
They put that in there. And I rinsed, to use your word, which I enjoy a bunch. I rinsed Polaroids of penguins and water wings, I think. Pulmonary archery and Kennedy Curse. That's what it was.
Right.
Those two, which were just like the first time I'd heard a band with that much screaming in it all the time. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know what this is, but I can't get enough of it. To the point where I think I played it to so much that John pulled it from the machine. Like he
Sick of
like
hearing that.
sent an email like, please just remove this song. So good. And then Canadians as well.
Canadians,
Canadian.
Ontario,
Because nobody.
Acadian.
Yeah.
Ontarioians,
Ontarioans. St. Catharines.
St. Catharines,
2001. Hardcore.
post-hardcore,
Post-hardcore.
post-hard. Yeah,
Post-hard.
that's what. Probably.
I'm post hard right now.
There'll be pictures on the Instagram.
All
All
right,
right.
on Foot Finder. That shit's on Patreon. You guys got to pay to play.
Pay.
Okay. My favorite 3 songs, Kate?
That's exactly what I asked.
Yeah. I would say probably. What was that one we used to cover?
Get fighted.
Get Fighted.
What a fucking
my
song.
Gosh. The
I love
drums to the intro of that?
Get fighted.
Yeah, that's the one.
That offbeat guitar thing.
Yep.
Man, what a tune.
That was on Watch Out, I think.
I was on Watch Out.
That album was great, top to bottom. Get Fighted.
Get fighted.
So easy to put This Could Be Anywhere in the World on there because that
Yeah.
track is just excellent as well. Again, another drum intro song
Big time, yeah.
with a fun little.
Sort of like walking on sunshine.
Right? Or no, I'm thinking of, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, This Could Be Anywhere in the World.
Yeah.
It'll be
yeah.
it'll be on the playlist. People
be
can
on the
listen to it and tell me which songs are better on there. And then number 3. Oh, there's so many good ones. That whole Watch Out album was great. But
Yeah.
Crisis was the one that followed it.
Yeah. I remember when you bought that CD. It just came out. We were driving home from Edmonton. I think that's when we saw that Tool concert, which you didn't believe that I was there, but I was.
that apparently you guys missed half of.
Yeah,
But yeah.
allegedly.
We're driving back listening to it, and I was just like, shit, this is really good.
I'm walking on
This Could Be Anywhere.
That's the same song, guys.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. I mean, shh. You don't want them to get any sort of legal
Sorry,
action.
we love Alexisonfire, and we don't think
What's
they're biting.
what are the big ones off of Crisis?
I feel like Happiness by the Kilowatt was on there. and
We found each other in the
Frogs.
dark. City in Color.
Boiled Frogs.
Boiled
Boiled
Frogs.
Frogs. Easy. That's an easy third.
So
Boiled
good.
Frogs was so good.
Boiled Frogs.
What's
What
the
everything?
city is haunted?
That's This Could Be Anywhere.
That's okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Man, I'm getting confused.
Yeah, Watch Out all day. That was
Yeah.
that was the banger. Crisis was this one. This album cover.
Yeah. 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 Watch Out has such a cool cover. Timeless.
Timeless.
Well, it's got that vintage kind of.
This guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
It's kind of got the
old school.
old school horror movie kind of.
Yeah, movie
poster.
trailer. I don't know if you can see that there. We'll put it.
Oh,
on.
it'll be right here.
We'll put it. Yeah. Oh man, that means I gotta put it right there. Now that you
Yeah.
pointed it out. Thanks.
Sorry,
Thanks, kid.
Chris.
Watch Out though. Accidents No Transitory. That was the big one. I think
Right.
that one. That was the big video.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But even going into that first album, they had a music video for Kennedy Curse, I think.
Okay.
And it was just someone doing spin kicks in an empty school, I believe.
Okay.
And it was just super high energy, crazy madness, like kind of disgusting guitar. And like tone was sharp and shrill, and then like major dissonance.
Yeah.
Even looking at some of their stuff now that I never really did learn to play, I didn't dive into it, other than the couple of tracks that we jammed. I didn't dive into learning any other songs, but there was something recently that we were gonna cover. Maybe it was No Transitory, and like
Yeah.
the main riff in it is so weird. Like it's not like there's not a obvious chord structure. It's like outlining a couple of notes, and like the bass is carrying everything.
Right. I love those kind of songs.
Oh man, it was
Bass
super
carried.
weird. Super weird. But yeah, that's my shirt. What's the other questions that you had, Cade?
What was the song? I feel like most of us with an artist, you have a song that's like that was the first one that made you go, oh, what the fuck? What have I been sleeping on?
Pulmonary Archery.
Pulmonary
So maybe
Archery?
that one, when we're putting the playlist together,
That's first.
that's got to be on there.
It's on
That
there.
was on Watch Out, or was it on?
That was on the first album.
First album,
That
yeah.
was on the Zameda and
There's some
Fred's.
cool drum stuff on the first album.
How about
That guy was weird. That guy had some.
cool rim shot stuff, and yeah, he plays for. Well, he plays for Alexisonfire still, but he also plays with Billy Talent.
Oh really?
Yeah, I saw him with them because their Billy Talent's drummer has MS, the original guy, but he was still on tour, so he played like two or three songs when they came to GP last, and I got free tickets to it. And I'm just like, I like Billy Talent,
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
And I was like, it should be half decent show. One of the best shows I've ever seen like ever.
Sweet.
They're so tight.
I have
They're
a,
so good.
an early years Billy Talent story.
Yeah, go.
That was crazy. It was insanity. I don't remember what the openers were, but there used to be a place just off White Ave called the Iron Horse or something
Yeah.
like that. It's like a restaurant. Like,
Right.
it's barely a venue. I don't think the stage was any wider than this room.
Wow.
The front of the stage. It was like, and it wasn't as high as this coffee table. Like, so you
Crazy.
were like here's
Crazy.
stages
yeah.
we played, you know,
Yeah.
in the early years, right?
Yeah.
And the first two bands were super sick. I couldn't hum you a song or remember them now, but only because what happened that night with Billy Talent was so insane. I think his name's Ben, the lead singer.
I think so.
Ben something or other. Maniac. The whole band goes crazy the entire time, which immediately has my approval if the music's even half decent. You get a big pass on some junk music if you're going insane while you do
sell
it.
as long as you look like a psychopath.
Yeah.
I'll buy in.
Yeah,
Whatever.
If
man.
if you're feeling it enough to chuck a 17-pound guitar around your neck, I'm gonna feel a bit of that too.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, yeah, tiny venue. That I think it's Ben is going crazy, and he used to swing the mic stand around, right? And this was one of the ones that had like those like
round bass.
round
Yeah.
weighted
The cast
quads
iron bases. Yeah.
that thread on.
yeah.
Oh
Okay.
shit.
Yeah. So we're like halfway, 2/3 of the way through the set ish, and he's swinging this thing around, and unbeknownst to anyone, those threads have been letting
Oh
go,
shit.
right? And all of a sudden,
Just discus.
yeah, all of a sudden, like he's whipping something with no weight on it anymore, and the pod comes off and strokes the drummer in the head.
Oh.
Yeah. And he's like,
Oh shit. Dude,
losing blood, falling off his stool.
Oh man.
Set's done.
No way.
He gets taken out in an ambulance, and the show's over.
What
Wow.
the fuck?
So fast forward to like, this was before. So there was a whatever album it was called with "Try Honesty" on it. Was their big single on Much Music?
was like-
they had a video for.
Yeah.
Was there, I think it was their debut album.
It's just called Billy Talent, I think.
Yeah, so at the time you could only get their albums on like a CDR that's with Billy Talent scribbled on it kind of thing. Like
Whoa.
it was not it was before they exploded there. And then they had some sort of like compilation release or like live EP thing. And then in the liner notes, it was like it showed the picture of his head getting busted open and like all this blood and
Holy
I was like,
shit.
I'm there.
oh man,
I'm in this picture.
I seen this happened.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty nasty for sure. But
Wow.
so good. And I mean, we've seen them live probably like 3 or 4 times total, but nothing really trumped that. Where it was they were going as ape shit on that tiny stage as they went on any other stage after that. And
That's
it was
amazing.
pretty dope.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was a great story.
Yeah, Billy Talent. Seen them.
Can
Jeez.
trust their drummer. That's
Yeah.
sick as fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't think that caused MS, do you?
Hope not.
We were talking about
You
how
never know.
somebody
I hope
gets
not.
it.
It just happens. Yeah.
Maybe.
Those things weigh like 15 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like
that's a
at like what's
That's-
that? What's that one where you're on the
Hammer throw?
hammer throw? You're hammer throwing it.
Yeah.
Now it's got velocity and weight.
oh, poor guy.
Ouch. Ouch. Alexisonfire. Let's go back to them for a second.
Yeah.
What a talented band.
Absolutely.
I have a question for them.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry. in
I have a
this-
shirt.
You do have a shirt, but you've seen them pretty recently,
I did, yeah.
and you said that it changed the way that you thought about the new album. What is the best song that you think, or the song that you weren't expecting to impress you as much when you see them live?
I don't know the names very well.
Oh.
But that's the like single off of it, San Soleil, I think it's called.
Okay, yeah.
Is pretty high up there. I'm gonna pull it up and I'll tell you an exact song.
Yeah.
Because I built a playlist based off of that set list that night.
Dang.
Yeah, and
That
it
carries
was
weight.
Oof, it was dope, man. You guys. Oh yeah, Alexisonfire super group basically now. I mean, this far in, they're legends.
Yeah.
Even Dallas Green looks like a 10th level wizard of some kind.
Oh, yeah,
hipster
he's-
wizard. He's got to be.
Got so much XP.
Yeah,
Got
right.
orange loot for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, those
He's
guys
just giving
all
it
played
away.
in dope bands in during and in between
Yeah.
Alexisonfire.
My favorite Alexis on Fire song is a Dallas Green song, probably.
That's not how it works.
No.
Sweet Dreams of Otherness. That was that and the San Soleil. But that San Soleil was way better than I liked it on the.
San Soleil, no sun. Is that what that means?
I feel like Soleil is that might be
Soleil?
sun.
And Sans is no.
Sans is free or no
Sun free.
sun free.
Free sun.
Yeah,
Spent
well
the
they are
winter time.
Canadian, right?
Fucking
That's a weather comment.
Yeah.
fucking anglophones. Anyway.
Yeah, so Dallas Green, City in Color, that was super awesome. He did some stuff too with like
I didn't know
a lot of
just
people,
until yesterday, actually, that he did a thing with Pink.
and a whole album.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like, she's fucking huge. Like,
Yeah.
international.
Yeah,
It's crazy. I had no
got a-
idea. I got to listen to it.
She got
It's
dumb
an
songs,
icon.
but she got a crazy voice.
Oh,
Dumb
man.
songs, but crazy voice.
yeah. Super talented, bad choice
bad
of
songs.
songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially now. Like Margaret loved Pink, and this new stuff, she's like, oh, I'm out.
I haven't heard it, but
Yeah. It's not great. It's like the equivalent of when advanced age women shop at Forever 21.
yeah.
That's what her music feels like.
yeah,
know.
that's a good example.
Remember
Where
that
her
song?
song is like a belly cut shirt when you shouldn't have a belly cut.
Yeah.
Remember that song like from like 7 years ago or something, where she like does this hook and it's about like self esteem and like being sure of yourself, and then she raps
No.
for like a minute, and you're like, what? Nobody fucking asked for this. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big Pink.
She
not
definitely,
at all.
she definitely deserves her success though, because apparently she
amazing
came from
voice.
absolutely nothing. Like I could be
Started at the
wrong,
bottom.
but like
getting her bread
She
now.
lived she lived by herself when she was like in her early teens. not going to school, she worked at McDonald's. I knew that.
Like homeless, living in a car kind of thing.
Yeah,
I feel
like-
like I've seen a documentary too.
Something like that.
She's like, I'm gonna make this happen.
She did it, man. She pulled it off.
She's coming up.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Who do we got to suck off to come up? Hmm?
Who? Yeah. I mean, anyone.
Any execs at home?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're,
You got
Kate will hook
3
you up.
soft mouths right here, but mine's the softest, and I have
It
the
is
prettiest eyes.
Pretty new.
mine's pretty raw.
Pretty new.
My mouth's pretty raw. I've been eating cherry blasters. Just kidding.
I fucking love salt and vinegar chips, so it's a little bit rough.
Yeah,
Could
same.
be- could
I
be
love,
better.
I love salt and vinegar
You're not-
chips.
I
I
don't-
love cherry blasters.
I don't think you're selling it anymore.
My mouth hurts just
working
thinking about it.
backwards.
Toothy.
Okay.
One word to describe myself, I'd say toothy.
Tooth.
These are terrible salesmen. All right.
Jarvis wants a piece. I can already tell.
Yeah. You know who else he did a song with that was super cool that I didn't respect enough at the time until later on? Gord Downey.
Oh yeah.
Right.
They did a track together.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Was. So was that guy. Guy was badass, turns out.
Yep.
Any other questions for me, Cade? On Alexisonfire? My shirt? The dog's
you
name
could-
is Carl.
No.
If you could have anything else on that shirt that says Alexisonfire on it, what would ideal merch for Alexisonfire? What would it be?
You know what I like?
What would the piece be?
I like long sleeves with stuff down the sleeves.
Four side.
Yeah, like your Kiss shirt. I mean, that was one of the cooler merch shirts I've seen.
Yeah.
And-
I love my Cancer Bats shirt so much.
What
too,
does it
when
do?
you do 2 different designs on each sleeve, and then just a little logo.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
But a big logo on the back. Big fuck off
backer.
logo on the back. Big, not a rocker because I'm not
just yawning.
badass like that. But yeah, big version of this picture. Fine with that too.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like all that.
Worst piece of merch you've ever bought. Describe it.
Go.
Oh, easy. An Avenged Sevenfold hoodie at that same show.
Dang, you got the
Because-
hoodie? You got the $150 hoodie too?
$280.
Brother, man.
Yeah. You got to pay for those songs.
Wait, did you buy it for like you?
No, I didn't buy any of it. Remember, I was sitting
Oh.
down just receiving
You
merch.
just
instead
yeah,
of
you
the-
just
Oh,
it
thank
was just
you.
your money being spent on merch.
Yeah, well, our money. Let's.
Oh,
Let's not start that.
word.
And
Joint.
it was. I think it was to the.
Bank account.
I think it was to the point where there was nothing left because we kind of waited way too long.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like to order my merch online. You know what I also don't
But
like?
that's you didn't bleed or sweat or cry in it.
Yeah, that's fine. I
What
also
else?
don't like tour shirts.
Like
Ever.
with dates?
Yeah.
I like some, but
I like most,
it's gotta be special.
but it's gotta be cool.
Yeah.
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 It's gotta be cool.
I usually
What I
buy
hate-
tour shirts after the show. If it's like, oh my god, I don't ever want to forget this, then
Yeah, fair enough.
I bought a couple. Now.
What I hate about tour shirts is that you're like in the merch line, you're like, oh man, I wonder what they got. Then you're like getting closer and you're like, oh man, I see some bright stuff on that side. I see a really cool like looking skull on that side. And then you get up to the front and you're like, there's only one actually cool, objectively cool shirt.
Yeah,
up
then you
here.
get it, and they're like, sorry, we're all out of mediums. And you're
Or
like, fuck.
Or
Yeah.
you get it
We have
and you
triple
turn
XL.
around and
Yeah.
everybody in the venue has the same shirt and you're like, fuck.
Yeah. Merch one time made me go from the biggest fan of a band to the biggest
Hater.
Not fan.
not fan. Yeah, I was trying to think of a word.
Unfan?
Didn't
I
know.
love
biggest
hater.
unfan. I'm gonna go unfan
Okay,
actually
weird.
because it went from like I was obsessed with AFI quite some years ago.
You were.
Yeah. And I
Totally.
was like, at the time, it was tricky to find music. I had to like scour and order shit seedily online, and
Yeah.
I was accumulating everything they ever did. And this was like right around when Sing the Sorrow came out, their first like major label album,
Right.
which was still a pretty dope album. Like it was
Yeah.
had lots of cool stuff that the old stuff did, but then better production. And so still super in love with this band, found everything back catalog, and it was just better and better the further back you went, more gutter, more hardcore, more like wrong, like flat singing
Right.
notes
Yeah, yeah.
on the album
Just
that they
raw and-
printed. Yeah, there was, just all energy, zero fucks given, and it was awesome. And then I think it was Warped Tour. Went to see him at Warped Tour. The first time I ever got to see this band. The first time they've ever come anywhere close.
Right.
And they play Calgary Warped Tour, and then they headlined a show in Edmonton the next night or the following night or something like that. But I went there and we watched it, and they were like, they'd already put out another album or two since then, and it was like these 16-year-old girl albums where it was all like synthy and they were like pandering to that like we want to sell lots of records thing, which whatever, fair enough.
Yeah.
But it was not the same band at all, and they weren't changing their name and releasing it in some other fashion.
Right. Yeah.
But all their merch was, they had 4 shirts, and it was just each of their faces, basically as big as this dog, just like Davey Havoc's face, guitar playerson's face. Yeah,
That is the
that was
worst
it.
merch
Yeah,
idea I've
didn't
ever
say
heard. Yeah.
didn't say the band on it, didn't say anything. It was just a like 8x10 of their face.
You bought it?
Fuck no.
No.
Not so. I can't remember exactly what he said during the concert too, but it was something like, you know, this is off the new album. You know, you guys, I know you guys all have it, and it was just like kind of like a dickhead about it. I watched another interview around that same time where he's like, he wishes nobody heard the old stuff. Yeah,
Man, I hate it when bands do that, dude.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like, just
Be
keep your mouth
authentic.
shut. I
Yeah.
don't care if you don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know, don't care if you like your new sound, but like, don't like
air it.
Don't shit on your own stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's
People love it for
Yeah.
a reason, right?
Plus, it's like, man, you evolve as a band.
yeah,
That was you as well.
100%.
Whatever you want to say about what you are today, that was also you at one point.
Yeah, the reason you have today is because of that old shitty shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
And that's the best shit because it shows you like what their authentic sound is like.
Yeah,
right?
I definitely, I loved it. So I seen that interview sometime shortly before this Warped Tour. Then we watched Warped Tour. The fucking sound sucked. They were dickheads. The merch sucked. I didn't go to the headline show in Edmonton the next night that I had tickets for already.
Oh
I
man,
was like, here you go. Anybody
Yeah.
else want these?
Dang.
I'm done with this band.
yeah. Like, you can't shit on your old stuff because you got somewhere with that, and people love it, and some people like it better than your new stuff. And when you say that, and we say, like, I hate that stuff. That stuff's not us anymore. Blah blah blah. You're shitting on all those people. You're shitting on the entire grounding force that brought you to where you are, and like, you lose all those people. They're like, they're instantly. It's just like, okay, fuck you. I don't even like the good shit anymore. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm so disappointed.
I still do like the good shit.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, you get over it.
Yeah. It's
But-
just, it's frustrating because you're like, exactly that.
Yeah,
You're
it's just like this is like, yeah, this is my thing. I made this for, like, people who listen to it are just like, I made this for me. This was in my moment of whatever, whether I was going through a shitty time or the best time of my life. I was listening to this and loving it. Now you're telling me that time was worthless and shitty.
Yeah.
And
And that you
like,
wish people
the
never
best time
heard
of
it.
my life
Fuck
is the
you.
worst. And it's like, well, fuck off.
While you're saying that, you made me think of something else too. That not quite the same, but in the same vein was when Mikhail of Opeth
Yeah.
was talking about Ghost Reveries, and he was
Right.
talking about it so like throwaway, nonchalantly, and I was
Yeah.
like, that album made me love your band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, we need to put an album out. So I went to a weird tuning and we just hammered it
Yeah.
out. I
Yeah.
mean, the beauty of it's that you can just hammer out an album that sounds like that.
Yeah. 100%.
But don't
Same thing.
downplay it.
Yeah, I was like,
Shit's
really?
real
Are
for
you
me,
sure,
yeah.
man? Because it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he said the same kind of thing though later too. It's just like, yeah, that old stuff is just, it's our high school band and blah blah blah, and it's like, don't,
Downplayed it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, man.
yeah, and it's like, you know, like this new stuff is like, where, you know, this is what we meant to be and blah blah blah, and it's like, yeah, sure, but
But that's your best stuff.
that's your best stuff. Like, that's
It's certainly more like standalone, I
Yeah.
think, than the newer stuff. The newer stuff doesn't.
it's just more regular music now.
Yeah.
It's not, and that's the argument I always make, is that like the new stuff's good. They do it well. They're super
Very
talented
well.
still, but it sounds like the 70s prog rock bands you want to be, which is nothing new. Like, and I mean, sure, I totally get it. You love that kind of stuff and that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
But they literally changed that genre of like that kind of melodic death metal black. They were originally pretty black metal in the early stuff. So
bloodbath stuff he showed me is
Yeah.
a ton of
the new stuff's
metal
good, but
influence,
like the old stuff was literally game changing, and like people are trying to still emulate it now. Like that's
Yeah, what made it
says-
cool was it was that heavy element plus they were like, oh yeah, we also like to do this stuff too, so we're mashing it together.
yeah,
And it was the thing you could pick out of a crowd.
100%.
Now this thing, you'd be like, porcupine tree?
That kind of sounds like
Yeah.
Opeth, I guess.
Yeah, like
Sounds like Uriah Heep and Yes and like
which I love Uriah Heep. Don't get me wrong, but if I wanted to hear Uriah Heep, I'd listen
Crimson.
to Uriah Heep. I wouldn't put on Opeth's
Totally.
new album. Right.
yeah. So
because
I don't know. Yeah,
on that note,
yeah.
who do you go to find something that's hitting like that Opeth, like the golden years of Opeth?
That's not
did?
Opeth?
That's not Opeth. Because who fills that void? There's a vacuum there.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't sought it out.
that's what
but
I'm trying to do with my stuff, and it's not easy, dude.
When can we hear it?
Well, whenever it's complete, or like whenever there's a full song I can show you.
Nice.
But yeah, there's not a lot really. Like
Is it his clean
It's-
singing that's so hard to find?
No one
in
toes
that
that
genre?
line, so like the juxtaposition between parts, I feel like it gets so melodic and so pretty and so
It's the-
clean, and then so heavy and so angry and so
it's just
dirty. You know,
it's so dark. It's so dark and so pretty at the same time. That's the big thing that people can't grasp. They can get that brutalness. The singing. I've heard other people. I can't pick out any examples, but like it can be done. He's definitely super unique, though. Like incredible voice. The screaming. That one I can't really pick. It's so like.
it's just
just-
powerful. Yeah,
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, and that's
So you haven't found one yet.
not me personally. No. And that's what I found so interesting about them is that like I'd show them to people who didn't really like that music, and they didn't really like Opeth when I showed it to them, but they were just like they could not comprehend just like the contrast that they had, that super pretty and then like the most terrifying brutal screaming.
Yeah,
And
you
it's like-
showed them to me 100 years ago,
Yeah.
and I was like,
You're just
"Eh,
like,
I'm
nah, I
not
don't
really
know
into
about this.
it."
Yeah.
And then Ghost
there's
Riders.
groove.
Yeah.
There's groove through all of the songs.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's all like jawbone music, but then
Oh,
they
yeah.
drop the floor out, and you're like, it's
They
so
got-
pretty,
they
and then
got-
it's like
They
crushing.
got
again,
licks
right?
that they'll just milk for like 2 minutes straight. And it's
Yeah.
just like, holy shit, I want to hear this one riff forever, you know? Like,
And that dissonant, like.
yeah. The first time I heard them, it scared the shit out of me. I'm like, I don't think I should be listening. I think I'm gonna go to hell. And then I couldn't stop because I was, it's like a horror movie or
I think-
girls listening to serial killer podcasts and stuff.
I think my first time listening to Opeth was actually when I worked at HMV, and somebody came in and like was buying an Opeth album, told me about them, and I was like, oh, what are they like? And like I could see him like racking his brain trying to figure out how to describe it to me, and he said Pink Floyd and Cannibal Corpse is as close as I can get, and then he bought it and left, and I was like, it's a really weird mix of the two, and I listened to it and I was like, that's about as close as I can place to them, honestly. But
For sure, yeah.
better vocals than Cannibal Corpse, like far better. Nothing against Corpse Grinder.
That's enough to get you though thinking, right? Well, good job on that guy to go. Like,
Yeah. Well, and it was like a off the cuff answer too. He was just grabbing two bands that he thought were kind of close. I was like very different ends of the spectrum, but pretty close actually. Pretty apt description. So
enough to pique your interest anyway.
totally.
Hell yeah.
What album was it?
Ghost Reveries. It was, and the song he told me to listen to was Ghost of Perdition, and I said, Ghost. Yep. I'm in after I heard that. And then the Bang of the Hounds was the second one I heard. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
that
that one
riff.
Man.
I hear the bang of the hounds in the distance.
One of the first times you and I talked more than 3 seconds, I was playing, because I was trying to work my way through that album. I don't know, about a year ago, maybe more. And I was riffing on, maybe it was Ghost Reveries.
Probably.
And you just came up and were screaming it like right in my face. And I'm like, who's this guy? He's kind of crushing it. Doing a great job.
And then you're
Yeah.
like, come do vocals with my band. And I was
And you're like, I'll totally show up.
I was like, yeah, I'll be there. And I
Yeah.
came twice.
Yeah, that sounds like a totally good idea.
Yeah, I'm just going to pretend we didn't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, another Opeth connection. That's fun.
The Opeth connection.
Do you guys want to do Metal Meme Breakdown?
What are we at, time-wise? How long we got?
Time to go.
Time to do metal meme.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming.
No.
Directing play traffic.
That one kind of hurt.
Is yours super loud?
No.
Okay.
Hurt my butt.
The brown note.
We got some tasty ones today.
What do we got?
Who's got the master key?
I probably have the easiest one. I think the first one, is it the close one?
I thought it was the
I thought it was
Aussie.
Ozzy, yeah. Ozzy and Lennon.
No, I mean they got all
It's
mixed up.
closed.
It's closed.
It's closed.
It's closed. I'll pull it up here for you guys to
it's
see
closed.
it. It's right here. So it says, me buys $3,000 worth of music gear. Also me, $25. That's too expensive. While looking at a shirt in some sort of men's clothing shop. Bevan.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was looking at was it Mark's Work Warehouse. I guess it's just called Mark's now.
They don't work warehouse anymore.
They don't work the warehouse, even though they sell
didn't know
the
that.
same
What
shit.
the fuck?
Yeah.
I've been there like 7 times.
I'll still call it Mark's Work Warehouse. Thank you, Mark's Work
follow.
Warehouse.
That's Mark's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you buying?
I was looking for
T-Max socks.
Western shirts because I like Western shirts.
Like flannel?
No, sometimes,
Like
but
the ones that have the little
they got.
doohickeys?
It's just it's the cut. So it's got the pearloid buttons,
Nice,
snappy
nice,
buttons.
Yeah. Are they actually
then-
pearloid? Because I thought that shit's like rare and
Well, it's
impossible now.
it looks like it.
Perloid.
It's I'm
thinking abalone.
Perloid.
Or pearl.
Pearloid.
Yeah. Lloyd
One
makes he cuts.
pearloid.
Yeah.
Got you.
One
Yeah.
perloid.
It's-
Yeah. Do you have flaps on your pockets? Like a.
Yeah, they kind of got the pointy,
The kind of fringe. Not
and it's
fringe.
like,
Yep.
and then it's kind of got like the pockets, kind of this cut or like I don't know seam that kind of goes by the shoulders.
across the back.
And
Kind of
cowboys wear them, but
Nice.
I think
Also, you do.
yeah, they fit really
He
good.
is a cowboy.
And
I'm a cowboy.
I'm a cowboy, baby. Anyways,
Cowboy. Yeah. So how much was it?
well, I bought some Levi's ones, and they were on sale. They were like
Talk to me.
Notice he's
they were $30-$40 a piece.
did a couple laps.
And that's a lot. But then there were some Wrangler ones
Yeah.
that looked so badass. They were like it was like I could be a like Western bad guy.
Evil
Oh,
Roy
yeah.
Slade.
Yeah.
They were so sick. And they were like $80, and I was like, shit.
Did you
So-
buy any of them?
No, I didn't buy
You
those.
just left. You okay?
I
And
bought-
what
I
found
bought-
a cool shirt? He's like,
I bought the Levi's ones, but
okay.
but that $80 for a shirt.
That's sharp.
Yeah,
he
sure.
spent $280 on
What
a
was-
fucking hoodie that he doesn't even like the band.
Yeah.
And then
$340 it was.
I go back to work and look at compressors that are $3,000.
What's the last?
I'm like, I think I'm really gonna. I think I'm gonna buy this one.
I think it's time to pull the
it's-
plug on
pull
this
the- pull
one
the
thing for this
trigger on the-
one single use that I would have for it.
Yeah, you want me to talk about? You want me to do the gear talk right now? I'll tell you about the piece of gear I want to get.
Yeah, tell me.
It's the SSL Solid State Logic. It's called the Bus Plus.
Ooh,
It's a mixed bus compressor.
that's it.
To say it's a little complicated is definitely an understatement. It is fucking insane. There's about 12 knobs on there, but each knob does like 6 different things depending on the mode. It's really crazy,
Sweet.
but I want to get it because it's
Just for bus compression.
bus compression and mastering too, because it looks
Two
just
jobs.
yeah, it looks like an average stereo compressor, but it has a dynamic EQ built into it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
How
and
much?
it's somewhere at 3,000 ish, somewhere up there. Yeah, 3,000 something.
How many cowboy shirts is that? What's the math on that?
Yeah.
35.
That's 10.
At least.
At least 10.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Next,
At least
me.
10.
Do you cheap out on everything else other than gear? Me too.
No.
I cheap out on like toothbrushes. Like I
Yeah.
buy the cheap toothbrush.
Really?
Store
Like I'll
brand.
buy the cheap hand soap. But I like if it like touches my body, I'll buy the expensive
Store
one.
brand.
Like I'll buy
ramen
nice
noodles.
sheets.
Ichiban noodles. Store
I'll
brand.
buy the nice
Always.
underwear. I'll buy like the stuff that's like non-negotiable.
Boots.
I'm using this all the time.
What
Well,
about boots?
okay, but
Boots.
toothbrush now I'm
Boots.
wait.
I pay.
Boots
premium.
you can't cheap out on
Can't-
because you'll
yeah,
pay for them
exactly.
4 times. You know,
That's exactly right.
They last. You buy some good shit and last.
Boots and beds, baby.
Boots and
Boots,
beds.
beds,
Yeah, mattresses.
coats.
Don't cheap out on a mattress.
One really good coat can carry you for
Yeah.
20 years.
That's true.
yeah.
That's true.
Especially if you buy it oversized.
Oh, brother.
I buy my
you know
black
I do.
hoodies from Old Navy though, because it's just a black hoodie.
Black hoodie.
It's just a
Black
fucking
hoodies.
black hoodie.
Yeah,
pussy.
that's fair.
Black hammers.
Okay,
cars.
I got the next one here.
Next
queued up. This one is like a big part of metal history, actually. This was Ozzy Osbourne. It's a shot from 1968 where Ozzy Osbourne is showing John Lennon how to write
Wow.
heavy metal.
Oh.
That's
must have
weird
been,
because
that must have been right before they joined Nickelback.
I remember seeing an interview with Ozzy saying that he wanted to be a Beatle, but he's clearly older than John Lennon. So
He was too tall to be Beatle. Paul said, "You're not allowed to be the
you
tall
too
guy."
tall? You can't be in my band.
I'm
sorry, all the Beatles are
small like Beatles. I don't know why he's Scottish in my brain, but
Oh,
I'm gonna have to cut your legs off.
I can't believe that he taught him. That seems insane.
it's impressive.
Don't
Yeah.
check the timeline on that. But
There's a lot of things you don't know because a lot of
they're
things on the internet are true, like this. So
yeah, I didn't think he was old enough either. All right, on to the next one. I hope
Great
it's the
job.
snake one. Is it the snake one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the snake one's my absolute favorite.
That was
It
literally
says-
me. As soon as I walked in and seen Arjun's door open, I was like, trying to. What's that guy rocking with? Is that a muffler?
Oh, yeah.
No way.
So me trying to observe the band's gear at concerts. Okay.
that's the what kind of pedals has he got kind of face because like you really got to squint to see like you can
his
see a
tone
couple
is
of
kind of scrongly. I wonder what he's using.
if you see any of the bright colors, it's either MXR or Boss.
If you can't see the
But-
pedal board, it's MXR because they're
Yeah.
blinding LEDs.
But if it's like silver or black, you're fucked.
Right
Yeah,
off.
you don't know
No idea.
unless you're there.
So-
His buddy made it.
On this one, what gear are they loading in that gets you stoked about a band?
Real amps.
Just real amps? Nice. I'll take some of that.
Travis, you want a piece?
Hell yeah.
I also like not real amps though.
I like
They
seeing
sound good.
Yeah.
They sound great, and they save your back. So
I like seeing niche or old rack gear on the guitar players or bass players rig for sure. It's just like, oh, that's an old fucking 80s hair metal racks.
I love when you're at a folk music festival and they wheel in a Leslie, and you're like, oh yeah,
Oh, we
Yeah,
gonna be.
where
we're getting
something
real.
is like
We're getting
super
some
heavy
gospel.
and cumbersome to
Oh, yeah.
carry,
Super
and they're
sick.
like, no, it's got to be this one.
Super
Yeah,
sick.
good call.
It's a
foot cowbell
Rhodes piano.
too. The Latin band's loading in, and this guy's got a
it's like,
cowbell
oh,
on a
man,
pedal.
You
I'm
know
like,
your ass is
we
gonna
are
be shaking
in
whether
here.
you lock it down or not.
It's in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Anything that's attached to proper tone gets me. That's one to call back Opeth again. That's a big part of it that got me was like just amazing guitar tone everywhere.
We have have two of the same amps at the music shop. You should buy one of them, please.
Well, the Laneys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy them both and run a stereo rig.
I think.
Sorry, Margaret.
I
So
should,
heavy.
I should buy one of those. I really
should.
I'll carry one for you if you buy them both.
Yeah, I'd love to watch.
I'll just stop buying shirts altogether.
Yeah.
Boom.
Get both of them.
Let's go.
Yeah, no more Wranglers.
You can take all my hand-me-downs. It's a
Hand
lot of
me up.
Kiss. It's a lot of Kiss merch.
All right. Any more on that one?
What gets
No,
your...
I'm done with it.
Good. Me too. Oh, Bevan, this one's all for you. The last one is the house kit setup.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So it says, "Yeah, man, feel free to use the house kit. It's all set up for you." So what's going on here? Why is this weird? I'm not a drummer.
The two toms are literally spread eagle as much as they can be. They are on the end of each.
Is that a hi-hat?
I don't know. Yeah, the snare's on the
That's
right.
a lefty kit.
I
Yeah,
feel
it's a
like
lefty
this is
kit.
aftermarket hardware to get these toms that far.
No, that's bone stock, dude.
Is that like a picture frame with like butterflies pinned to
It
it?
is,
Oh,
yeah.
totally,
I think
yeah.
that's
A
like...
butterfly collection.
What's entomology but for bugs?
Buggemology.
Buggemology. Yeah, you're right, you're right.
Insectology.
Insectoid.
It kind of reminds me of my first, I guess my second drum kit. I sold my first drum kit to my friend Jules LaPrairie, and I bought this
Shout out Jules
LaPrairie.
LaPrairie.
I have a Jules the Prairie story too.
Awesome. I sold it to him, and then I took that money and bought a kit that looked almost identical to that. Not in that setup, but pretty close. It was a Mark II kit. That was the brand. It was like the cheapest thing. I had no idea. It was just, it matched, and that's all that mattered to me because I didn't want to play a kit with 7 different colors. I thought it was really embarrassing, but
Yeah.
I was in high school and I should have kept it. But I thought that like I wanted the toms super close to me, so I took the tom mount that's on the bass drum and I flipped it around. So I was playing the bass drum backwards.
And it sent them this way?
Yeah, it sent them like way too close to me.
Yeah.
It was the dumbest idea. I was so stupid. Because then I had to have them kind of like that. I had to have them like really wide.
you could fit in
so I
between.
could get in there. Yeah, I was like, stupid.
Nice.
Stupid. Yeah, that's my story.
House kit. Just like that. Always the best ones, right?
That's right.
There it is.
There it is.
Metal Meme Breakdown.
Should we talk about our mixed nuts?
Yeah, we probably could.
Yep.
I think the only people who've liked it so far are
What-
in this room with us.
What's what's
Before
it
we
called?
get into it, though,
Oh.
let's say the other piece of news while we're going to talk about Spotify
yeah.
is that the podcast
We're on Spotify now.
is officially on Spotify.
If you heard this episode on Spotify, disregard this message. But
if you're
didn't-
sick of seeing these faces,
Yeah, I mean I do. Not really.
I do
mean,
sick
don't
of these
lie.
faces.
I do sick of these faces. I do.
Yeah, so check it out there to not see our faces. And
link in bio on Instagram.
Have your pets spayed or neutered.
the points don't matter.
The points
don't matter.
Friggin' matter. What are these? These are called a blend.
It's a blend.
Yeah.
Spotify blend.
Kate, you
Spotify blend.
Describe this
Fill-
thing.
fill us
I
in.
didn't know about it until you made it.
So us three are music connoisseurs, I would say. We go through a lot of music.
Music
We have a
dinosaurs.
playlist now that keeps up with how quick we listen to music. Every day, this playlist will update with what we have been rinsing,
Jamming.
so to speak. So check it out if you want to hear what kind of garbage we listen to. And I mean actually listen to, not just talk about listening to, because you know we do that quite a bit too.
Yeah, so this came on the end of the Spotify Wrapped, right?
Wrapped,
Because
yeah.
it combined all of our Wrappeds.
Kind of.
Together.
It's
We're
not
on
your
one.
rap. It's not based on your rap. It's just based on what you're currently
you're
listening
listening
to.
to. It changes.
Oh, we just happened to do
It changes.
it
It
right
changes.
after.
Changes
Yeah.
every day.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
But
It's like
it's kind of like a day
river.
list, but for us three.
Ooh,
like our own day list. But I changed it.
I like the day list.
It's awesome,
kinda
Without the
actually.
silly names.
What was the?
Well, I
have
guess
you been
makes
checking
sense.
it throughout the week? What's the silliest one you got?
You know what?
this
What do
week?
we got right now?
I didn't look
Everybody,
at it.
whip it out.
Check
Let's
it,
see what we
check
got.
it right now.
Whip it out the day list.
What's
So-
our day list today?
If you don't know what your day list is, it's not easy to find.
It's
too.
not. You have to search day list.
It was
in
a
order to
fun,
make it happen.
Oh.
little thing there.
Hell yeah, I'm so into this.
A fun
Evan, go
little. Yeah, what's yours? You got yours queued up?
Yeah, I got new wave post punk evening.
Sheesh.
That is sick as
That
hell.
sounds all right.
I like that one.
I'm
Oh,
on.
you know what I never listened to was your Brazil skate punk band.
Charlie Brown Jr. Yeah, they're
I'm
sick.
writing that down right now.
Yeah, put that in the queue. Put that on a. No, never mind. My day list today is Dark Alien Thursday evening.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
shit, this library.
Not really sure what to do. But this one's by Chef Boyar Beats. So I'm pretty stoked to check that out.
Day list. I got Hardcore Chaotic Evening.
That's pretty sick.
Apathy, Murals, Trenches, These Once Loyal. I don't know any of these bands.
I've also got a playlist called Goblin Core Mix that Spotify made for me that I'm not really sure.
Goblin Core.
An anti-anxiety mix. Spooky Evil Gay Mix, also Spotify made for me.
Sweet.
Wait, no, that's made by somebody else.
Wait.
Wait.
Yeah, that's my Discord handle. So with the blend though, I've been listening to it a little bit, and there's some tracks that are coming up that I dig, that I don't know who they are or what's going on about them, and I thought that I know which ones are mine. It's obvious which ones are mine because I listen to those nonstop already. But what I want to know is about these other bands.
3.
3 is the biggest one, the one I've
Holy
probably
fuck.
liked the most.
Listen to that
What's
whole
3?
album.
What's 3? Which one? I'm favoriting like. Oh no! Specifically, one album's hitting hard for sure. The End is Begun.
That
Yeah.
that one.
That album I'm listening to, it's liked like 4 times in my liked songs already. Like a couple different tracks.
Every single song.
Every song so good.
What's 3? Who's 3? Right?
3.
It's yours.
Three's
It's
me.
your?
3's me.
Okay, tell me about it. What am I? I want to find more out about this 3.
3's from Woodstock, I think, New York. The main songwriter and vocalist and acoustic guitar player is Joey Eppard. He's super fucking talented.
Fucking insane.
And he's got some cool solo stuff too. His live solo footage on YouTube is it's face melting. Like he's such a good singer and a crazy good guitar player.
Like the craziest right hand technique I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's real. It's
fucking
unique
machine
and
gun.
like
It's all finger
self-taught
style.
kind of thing.
But that album's not new,
No,
and that's what got me. Was
Yeah.
I was like, this is competitive with all the modern crazy guitar stuff that's come back.
yeah,
And this is like 15 years old.
not a lot of people know about them. Here's my story. You want to hear my story?
Oh, yeah.
How I
Please,
found them?
Please.
I was working at the CD store.
Wow. CD Plus?
CD Plus.
Re-shrink wrapping CDs after getting to demo them for kids?
Uh huh.
What a
You
good
know
time.
it. Yep.
Good time.
And I saw that album, and I looked at him like, this album cover's kind of weird. It's like whatever, you know. But then there was a sticker on it, and it had a big Metal Blade logo. So they were signed to Metal Blade, which was like that's kind of a weird cover for a Metal Blade band.
Yeah.
And it had this quote from Howard from Killswitch, and this is like one of the most unique and incredible bands I've heard in the last blah blah blah. I'm like, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So I
Endorsement from somebody else. That's super cool.
so I took my little box cutter and
Yeah.
cut the shrink wrap off and put it in the thing. And I was working, so I was definitely not supposed to be doing this, but I put it on. I'm like, this is wild. It's really weird, but I kind of like it. So I bought it that day and went home after work and just sat down with it. And I was just like, this is incredible. So that was, 2008, 2009, somewhere around there.
I was 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And,
were touring and you were 10.
So yeah, we were still in the band together around that time.
Yeah,
so
for
I don't
sure.
know. Maybe I thought you wouldn't like it or something. I don't know, because I definitely thought it was weird. It was definitely not what I was listening to at the time. Like with the other stuff, it was just like Bloodbath and
Yeah,
Warpath
yeah.
and all that shit. So But it was awesome.
Yeah, I dig it now.
Yeah.
But I've, gotten back into that like world of
Totally. Yeah,
insanity guitar playing stuff, and that's what
Totally.
piques my interest. And it's weird timing, but really cool guitar choices.
Yeah. And then that's how I got into them. And then I think within that year or two, were you? Did you go to that too? It was no, you weren't there.
Where?
We went right because we were supposed to go record at with Kevin Gales there,
Yeah.
and it was like
His
me.
wife's the pizza, Kevin Gales.
Yeah,
I
me.
like to make my wife. She's a pet.
It's like Arjun.
You guys went to Opeth and somebody else, a big baller lineup of bands
Yeah, you
on the way, and I drove the other way.
You went the other way. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, it was. I went to this show with Mark LeBay, and then Arjun and Sean.
Shout out Mark LeBay.
Went to Calgary there.
Shout out Arjun,
We met
shout
up
out
in
Sean.
Calgary to see the show, and then after the show, we all met up in Regina, the best place,
Shout out
best
Regina.
city on earth.
Shout out Denny's in Regina.
Shout out to Denny's in Regina.
Anyways, this show was what was it called? The
Monster.
Oh, yeah. It
Progressive Nation. That was the name of the tour. So headliner was Dream Theater. Opening for Dream Theater was Opeth. Opening for Opeth was Between the Buried and Me.
Shoo.
Right after Colors.
Shoo.
Yeah. I love that album.
And then
you guys grew up.
opening for Between the Buried and Me was 3. So it was one of the
You've seen
best.
these guys?
Yeah, it was one of the best shows of my life because I'm a big fan of all those bands.
Yeah.
Well, Dream Theater's not that's at the bottom of the list, but seeing them live was insane. Just insane.
Any show that you go to, which I had one recently, where Dream Theater is like the
There.
least of your favorites,
Yeah.
it's probably a great lineup.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. And I mean, it also sets the bar pretty low for Dream Theater, and then you go see them and you're like, holy shit. Like, they're amazing. Like, when you actually see them do it, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
this is something
I just
else.
hate his voice.
Yeah, you know what was cool? So I didn't know 3 Dream Theater songs probably. And I went and seen them in Edmonton a little bit ago with
Animals?
Animals Leaders
Yeah.
and
Devin.
TTP.
Yeah.
You know it. And the dude like walks off stage.
James?
Like he comes out, sings a bunch,
Yeah.
then leaves for a while.
Leaves and
and
lets them-
you're like,
Like,
perfect.
this is great.
This is my favorite
Yeah.
band.
He knows.
he gets it.
He knows, yeah.
He gets it too. But
Yeah.
I mean, and you kind of gotta, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think when they were coming up, becoming, when prog was not really gone that direction that hard yet, or that popular. Popular. When they weren't, when that shit wasn't happening hard yet,
Yeah.
an instrumental band would have just fucking died on the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody would have paid him. You wouldn't have got radio play. You wouldn't have got shit.
Totally.
Instrumental bands are only now able to kind of carve a path, I think, because there's just so much.
Yeah. Well, it's just more accessible for
Yeah,
people.
and
to
there's enough
enjoy.
bands that are doing it that you can put entire shows together, and they're obviously being attended, and people are,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're proven in a different arena, I guess now, right? So
Yeah.
I get it,
Totally.
but it was super awesome that he just would come out, sing for a while, and then leave for like 11 minutes, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, that's fucking crazy! Look what he's doing! Oh, that's so crazy over there! And the keyboard guys like keyboards on a bunch of crazy.
That guy's hanging from the roof.
a bunch-
These guys are crazy.
yeah, like even
Somebody brought a donkey on stage.
Oh my god.
yeah, it was way cooler than I expected, but yeah, I don't dig the vocals either.
Yeah.
Devin Townsend should sing for Dream Theater.
Oh, man.
That's
Still,
too much.
That's still my answer.
That's too much. That's too much
Yeah.
firepower
Too
on
much
one
out.
stage.
It would be so good.
What would
so
you
good
do?
though.
But
You would
I
just-
saw 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
And-
crazy.
yeah.
They were so good live too. And afterwards, I just saw Joey just hanging by the merch booth there, and so
Guitar player Joey.
guitar player Joey, and I was just like, dude, that was amazing, thank you, and like I really love the album, and he was so nice. He's just like, dude, thank you so much. really cool dude. So
Yeah, opening up for, geez, Louise
Cooler
bands.
yeah,
Dang,
yes sir.
that's
Oh.
pretty cool.
I was also gonna say, Joey's brother Josh Shepard is the drummer for Coheed and Cambria. So
Oh, no way.
it's kind of the same scene. I think Coheed's from like Chicago though.
That
or
vocal
something
though,
like that,
you can kind of hear
but
it.
you
a
know,
little bit.
same. They're in that kind of high pitched vocal, but weird, but groovy kind of stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, same family. You know.
I dug it a whole bunch. Do you have any other any bands on your blends that you wanted to ask me about? Bad Religion. Just kidding.
Bad religion.
Bad Religion's mine.
I had some other ones too. Oh, that Woltari I was listening to a bunch.
Yo,
but we
they
already
rip.
talked about them a
Those
bunch.
guys rip.
It's not. I don't see it on this.
Crud Bump. About to get shitty. That's got to be you.
About
Crud
that
bump?
one's me.
definitely not me.
get shitty. Crud Bump. You want to know about Crud Bump? I only know a little bit, but
know Crud Bump.
it's just hilarious rap songs. They're so funny. I played it to my band on tour, and they were loving it. But this guy apparently did a internet comic that I can't even remember what they look like, but it's called Toothpaste for Dinner. And it was a pretty big hit on the internet in like the early 2000s. But apparently he makes rap albums, and there's one song called
Crud Bumps are crazy.
Bigfoot, and it's like, I'm like what was it? I'm like Bigfoot stomping through your house again, looking for eggs. Like it's just like the most random shit, but it's so funny.
Okay, I got something that kind of touches on that.
to get shit.
He's a little bit of like a new school rapper, but Young Butt Piss.
Young butt piss.
If you guys have never
You
heard
had
of
me
this
at
guy,
Young
he's
Butt.
fucking funny.
YUNG.
I'm just
Young
gonna
butt
I'm just
piss.
gonna name a couple songs just so you know the titles.
Okay.
Give it.
Autism Speaks Autism Speaks should shut the fuck up. Femboy Twinkie Balls. SpongeBob gets an STD. Why this album is called Gay Dolls. That one goes on longer.
Wow.
Playing my ocarina poorly well, and then that one's devolves into occasionally cursing. Yeah,
Occasionally cursing.
check it out.
I
Young
will.
This
Butt
is
Piss.
Young Butt Piss.
Young butt piss.
Check it out.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
What else we got?
Yeah,
on
we're going to
this?
lose all credibility with Crud Bump and Young Butt Piss. Let's have them on the show.
Those are wild cards. Yeah, if Butt Piss wants to get at us or Crud Bump, or we collab, maybe we get Crud Bump and Butt Piss in the stew at the same time.
B-52s. That's
We
me.
we could bump Piss, even.
Contortionist.
Not it.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's me.
Caligula's horse. That
Rips.
Well, you guys got me on that going,
Yeah.
and I've been hitting
Salt.
that hard too.
Marigold.
Vola.
Vola, I've been hitting hard. Actually, Vola was a Thai. Thai leaned into them a bunch too, and Rivers of Nile.
Rivers of Nile.
That
rips.
The Owl Knows My Name. That album, I've been hitting that pretty hard too. Saxophone? Are you kidding me?
All day.
If you're looking for saxophone in your heavy music, go there.
Yeah.
Because that's a good time.
I got into, what did I get into this week? Deicide, and that was a couple weeks ago, actually.
Right? Yeah, you're like.
'Cause I got a
what's
do-rag.
Deicide?
My
Oh,
friend
yeah,
got me a do-rag from Mexico, so I had to get really into Deicide, obviously.
Brad was like, "Yeah, you look like Glenn Benton from Deicide."
And I said, I don't know if that's a compliment, but I'm going to take
Like,
it that
dude,
way.
you might like Deicide. So he put them on.
And
And they rip.
They're
They
like
rip.
one of the founding bands of that Florida death metal scene in the
Dillinger.
late '80s, early '90s.
I've been listening to more Dillinger than I used to lately. Fuck those guys. fuck.
Dillinger,
bro.
dude,
Those guys
come on.
fuck so hard.
Milk Lizard.
I
one
waited-
Of my favorite songs.
I waited
of
so long
ever.
to really get into them too, but it started. So expect to hear more of that.
Well, B.A.M. Colors, which we talked about earlier, it was that era that I got into Dillinger too, where I was like, yeah, I think I'm into really fucking hard to follow guitar stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dillinger was a lot of that.
They were the
Masters of that, yeah.
like,
and then a banging pop chorus. Like,
BT-BAM was like, "Whoa, this is complicated," but Dillinger was like, "What the fuck is going on?
how do you do this like a second night in a row?
Yeah, how do you play it again?" Totally.
It's
Yeah.
like guitar acrobatics. It's
Yeah.
fucking insane,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Guitar core.
Darkest Hour,
Yeah,
bleeding,
guitar core.
bleeding through.
I like that.
You-
Bleeding through. Who's it?
Bleeding through Darkest Hour. You haven't changed a bit.
Unto others? Whose is that?
That's him.
That's me. That was that band I was talking about on my Wrapped. That like
The weird one.
they're
that
so
just
I
makes you
find them
smile.
so funny, but they're also kind of good. But it's kind of embarrassing, but it's so hilarious that it just cheers me up.
I liked Blade and the Will.
How's that one go again?
Hum us a few bars, Chris.
Oh yeah, the intro. Oh! play that intro for everybody again. One more time.
Just make sure we.
It's amazing.
Oh.
It's like he stubbed his toe right before he did the take.
And it's funny because every time Teenage Wrist plays,
Yeah.
Teenage Wrist?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, what is I
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
dig
Teen-
this.
yeah, yeah.
I dig this a whole bunch. And then I look at obviously, it's this Teenage Wrist band again. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
stopped liking
They're
this.
so-
I already have the whole album liked.
They're so good.
They're really good.
So good.
It's a little bit emo.
Slightly, but it's like
In a good way.
it's weird. It's like a mix of like post punk, probably the emo thing.
And Deftonesian.
Deftones and like grunt like Nirvana, just straight up grunge.
Who's Saka? Anti-hero.
It says you two.
It's EDM.
Oh yeah, this is me for sure.
What's Saka all about? Because I liked it. I got it on my list.
I think it's probably from a song from Rocket League or something. I don't know. I have like a EDM playlist that I just put on if I want to drive fast or game fast.
And it's EDM that makes you drive fast? Anything heavy. And I'm
Anything
like,
that's
oh,
like
shit.
anything that's lots of bass and like it doesn't have to be fast either. Song doesn't have to be fast. It just has to like drive. You know, it's got to have that push to it, and then I'm in. I'm down.
Cloud Kicker.
Do I have time to go get jerked off downstairs?
Yes, of course you do. Cloud Kicker.
I'll be right back.
Do you know anything about Cloud Kicker?
Not about them. I know I've heard them.
I
They're
got
cool.
I was talking about it in one of the interviews with Shane Weeb maybe, and I incorrectly
Was that?
put the wrong band name in there as
Oh
well.
no, I'm
a
thinking of
bunch
Glass
times.
Cloud. Yeah, Cloud. Yeah.
Cloud Kicker is like it's a solo one guy project. The guy's like a commercial pilot.
Oh.
And he makes Cloud Kicker, which is like the Subsume, I think is the name of the album. Where
Right,
it's got
yeah.
a track called The Warmth of the Daytime Sun,
Right.
something or other, like one of those like paragraph and a half long song titles.
Yep.
That dude is awesome. So he's toured like once. He played with a band called Intronaut.
Okay. Yeah.
Intronaut opened and
I
then,
saw Intronaut before. Yeah.
oh, okay,
They're
yeah,
awesome.
And I'd never heard much of theirs either until listening to Cloud Kicker a bunch and digging through it and finding out that this band opens up for them because they also are the rest of Cloud Kicker to tour.
Okay.
Because it's just one dude.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
one commercial airline pilot
Wow.
who's got some groove. Jarvis and I have an interesting connection to Cloud Kicker as well. We were working up in Arctic Butthole, northern BC.
Arctic Butthole.
Yeah, and we were in a camp, and I had that traveler guitar, that little like
Yeah.
Les Paul-y thing.
Yep.
And we were jamming like every day in the common room thing there that they had, and it was a good time. And I was like writing this riff, and it was like this weird like a repeating measure that would like drop a beat every time it would repeat.
Okay.
So, and it wasn't terribly complicated, but the groove was like super weird. And then fast forward like a year, maybe a little bit less than a year, but I ended up going into the office and I wasn't working in the field anymore. And I'm listening to that Cloud Kicker album and like that riff is on that album.
Whoa.
And I'm like, Jarvis, hey, I sent you a link. Go look at this right now. Timestamp like 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Listen to that riff. Ah! And I
Holy
was
shit.
like, I'd be mad if they didn't do such a dope job with it. It's so much
Right.
cooler than like it was just a guitar riff, this weird kind of
Right.
drony
That's wild.
dropping a beat kind of thing. But it was awesome.
That's sick.
They're so good. Check them out, Cloud Kicker.
Cloud Kicker.
Cloud Kicker.
Subsume.
It'll be
What else
on
we
the
got here?
Spotify playlist.
Subsume.
Well, the rest are me. But it looks like Cade's listening to my music a lot because nobody else listens to Tord Gustafson Trio. It's jazz.
Oh yeah.
It's straight up jazz, but it's like
Nice.
it's sad jazz.
Tigran. I've
But
been
it's
listening
really-
to Tigran.
It's really smooth and like I listen to it when I read because it's instrumental.
Yeah.
Oh man, I want to hear it now. I want
But
to put it on
it's-
while I eat
It's,
dinner.
it's good stuff. It's like they're from Norway, so they got this kind of cool Nordic
Nordic vibe?
vibe. You know, it's kind of like heavy in the tone. It's not like but it's just like
In like the arrangement, like in
yeah,
the
in the original.
instrumentation's
Yeah,
thick.
and it's like really moody, but it's basic. Like you could think of like the Peanuts Christmas album kind of vibes. Really soft, chill, but it's like it's kind of sad. But I like
Sweet.
it. It's awesome.
I love sad dark Nordic.
Yeah,
There's a show I'm watching right now called Katla, something like that. There's a volcano erupting in in this place, and there's like paranormal shit. People are coming out. People who died recently are coming out of the volcano
I gotta check that
ash
out.
and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Cool,
It's all subtitles and
perfect.
stuff, but
I love it.
Love it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I watched One Punch Man season 2 and it fucks.
I've never seen it.
One Punch Man?
It's anime, but
It's
it's actually
anime,
really funny.
But it like makes fun of anime. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's
all just
it's
about
clever.
like, the
It's pretty clever.
heroes showing up. And his whole thing is he finishes the fight in one punch,
Yep.
much like
Spoiler
many
alert.
anime characters. If you couldn't derive that from the title, you're fucking stupid. You shouldn't watch the show anyway. But yeah, it's a very self-aware anime. It's like
Yeah,
all the
it's
jokes
goofy.
are at its own expense. Like it's
Yeah.
good. It's good stuff.
Speaking of anime, that Sturgill Simpson thing. Did you guys ever watch
Sound
that?
and Fury?
Sound and Fury. That's
Bro,
what it's
that's
called.
been on my watch list for
What
years.
what's this?
Yeah.
What's this all about?
Sturgill did Sturgill, country boy.
Yeah.
He did
He's awesome.
It's kind of a rock, kind of synth, kind of
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a vapor album almost,
Whoa.
but it's all to an animated movie that's about like this samurai driving a muscle car. It's fucking crazy. There's
Yeah.
not a lot of plot
That's
in
sick.
the movie itself or like
Damn.
in the visuals itself, but there is a story going on, and the songs all, to me now, they just make me think of the
Yeah.
visual.
Yeah.
Right?
I never heard any of that music until that video. So it was same
Oh,
thing.
man.
It's all attached.
Remember to Breathe is from that project, and it is one of his best songs he's ever written.
I liked it a lot.
It's so good, so good. If you have a half ounce of weed and a lot of time on your hands, it's a good time.
Jesus. That's a lot of weed.
No, half ounce?
I mean, that show's only like 30 minutes long, isn't
It's 31.
it? Yeah, all right.
I think it's
Quarter
actually,
for the first 15.
I think it might be shorter with the credits.
Yeah, it's pretty
But there's
good,
music
though.
all the way through.
It looks dope. It sounds cool. And I never heard Sturgill Simpson before. But I was like,
Dude, Sturge is the man.
heard of him. Knew that I wasn't going to like his music at first.
I don't
And
know.
then
Some of his
heard
country
it.
stuff, even, I'm like, this guy rips. Because he's playing guitar, too. And like,
Yeah, I'm just an asshole out the gate generally. It takes a while for me to turn around on something.
that's true.
Just
true.
steamrolling hardcore, whatever my day list is. It's just always hardcore.
Hell yeah, dude.
Breaking
Hell
dishes
yeah.
Thursday evening.
Yeah. And then just hardcore and emo. Those are my two.
You're either sad or mad.
Mad.
There's no in between.
No in between.
No
Yeah.
middle sliders.
Yeah.
Speaking of sliders, it's
That time.
Sliders. Sunday?
hamburger hour. Okay, what's your favorite burger, pal?
Fuck. Are we talking type? Are we talking place? Are we talking?
You guys ever have Pete's Drive-In? Calgary?
Yes, so
Yeah,
good.
dude.
That was a good time.
So good. The shakes.
It's worth the 45-minute car lineup.
Yeah, to an hour wrapped around the
Or
building.
on foot lineup too.
6-hour drive for a 45-minute
Yeah.
First Pete's driving I went to was in Calgary, and it was
Yeah, me
insane.
too.
That was the only one for the longest time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's probably
there's
what.
one in Edmonton now.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I heard, yeah.
There used to
Good
be this
for
place
them.
called Once Upon a Cupcake in Edmonton. We would
Upon a cupcake.
we would check that place out for a bit.
Sweet.
Remember
But a little
Mongoli
sweet
Grill?
treat. What?
How can you forget?
Mongoli Grill.
Angori Grill.
Did
tried
you ever
that.
get to eat one of those?
No, but I had Japanese
man.
Village before it was shitty.
Japanese Village. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we're descending into just our favorite
Food
foods.
talk.
So
I told you this is behind the stove.
This is
with
what the
four
people want to
hungry
hear.
boys.
I didn't even get to say my favorite burger. I don't have a favorite burger.
I didn't tell you guys about my favorite burger.
Just like
What is your favorite burger?
it was the Bronx burger from Earl's, but they haven't made it in like 10 years.
Oh shit.
So good.
Earl's sucks now.
Earl's does
It's,
suck, and it's so
it's-
I mean, I
expensive.
still
It's-
like it, but
The flavors went down. The quality's still fine. Flavors
Yeah.
went down.
yeah.
Price went up.
Price went way
Their
up.
brunch was better than I expected, though.
Let's go.
With that,
Episode
we're
7.
taking it out.
Thanks for listening, you.
Yeah,
you-
thanks,
you
guys.
friggin'
Fuck you.
wieners.
But seriously, come back next week. We'll see you then.
Fucking podcast, idiot.